Good morning, people. Watchwoman 65, Lisa Boyce here. I got some news off of the Daily News. I think it's Winona Daily News. You got to hear this. And this was just on Fox News just a few minutes ago. It says Mike Pompeo says Hong Kong is no longer autonomous from China. It says that, I'm just going to read a little bit of the article, and I'm going to link the rest in the description box. It says, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has notified Congress that the Trump administration no longer regards Hong Kong as autonomous from mainland China, setting the stage for the U.S. to withdraw from former British colonies' preferential trade and financial status it has enjoyed since it's reverted to Chinese rule 23 years ago. It says the move does not carry any immediate penalties, which would have to be decided by President Donald Trump in consultation with Congress. But the administration sees it as putting China on notice that Hong Kong's perks are in jeopardy. This is serious. Hong Kong does not continue to warrant treatment under the United States laws in the same manner as U.S. laws were applied to Hong Kong before July 1997, Pompeo said in a statement Wednesday. It says the notice brings the future of Hong Kong squarely into the administration's numerous battles with China that have put the world's two largest economies at odds. Relations have worsened over U.S. allegations that Chinese authorities sought to cover up the COVID-19 pandemic and pressured the World Health Organization from taking early action to combat it. This is added to long-standing tensions over trade, human rights, religious freedoms, and the status of Taiwan. In New York, the U.S. mission to the United Nations said Wednesday night that China blocked a Security Council meeting it requested to discuss Beijing's proposed national security law that would threaten Hong Kong's democratic institutions and civil liberties. Under Council rules during the COVID-19 pandemic, all 15 members must agree on holding meetings. A statement from the U.S. mission and China's unsurprising refusal was another example of the Chinese Communist Party's fear of transparency and international accountability for its actions and beliefs that it can exploit the current global health pandemic to distract the world from its intended assault on Hong Kong and abrogation of its commitments to the Hong Kong people. Sounds to me like they've done what they were going to do. Wow. This is a matter of urgent global concern that implicates international peace and security and warrants the immediate attention of the UN Security Council, the mission said. China's UN ambassador, Zhang Zheng, responded in tweets. China categorically rejects the baseless requests of the U.S. for the Security Council meeting. Legislation on national security for Hong Kong is purely China's internal affairs. It has nothing to do with the mandate of the Security Council. Pompeo's certification comes amid calls in Congress and elsewhere for the U.S. and others to react against Beijing's move to impose Chinese national security laws over the territory. This is serious. This is real serious. Now we got that, along with Minneapolis. Reminds me of the race riots that I lived through in the 60s that were close to my home when I was with my parents. You have Israel getting ready to annex within the next few weeks. And by the way, they said that date will not change. They're getting ready to start annexation July 1st. everything, and I do mean everything, is in order right now. It's going to come down to the point where, like I said, all of a sudden we're going to be gone. All of a sudden we're going to be gone. See, I'm going to finish this. Senior administration officials, including Pompeo National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien and the White House Economic Advisor Kevin Hassett, have in recent days warned that China risks losing Hong Kong as an Asian financial hub if it went ahead with such moves. The top U.S. diplomat for Asia, David Stilwell, told reporters Wednesday that the administration had not yet determined how best to proceed. But he said whatever course it adopted would be targeted at Chinese authorities with an eye toward changing their behavior while protecting the people of Hong Kong from the impact of possible sanctions. China has reacted angrily to any suggestion that it be punished for what it considers to be a strictly domestic matter. Asked about possible U.S. retaliation over the security legislation, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson, I'm not going to say the name because I don't know it. I can't pronounce it. Said in Beijing on Wednesday that China would take necessary steps. Listen to this. China would take necessary steps to fight back against what he called erroneous foreign interference in Hong Kong's affairs. This nation and the world is in serious trouble right now. Like I said, everything is lined up. And I do believe China's going to start. In my opinion, I could be wrong, but I feel that China's going to start war with the U.S. And then the other nations are going to come along right with her. Right with China. Just be ready. That's all I got to say. Just be ready. I'll be back later. Thank you.